All right.
All right. So I'm gonna tell you, even if it's in the 0.0000 like point ones and stuff, like barely could ever happen, and it wouldn't happen in our lifetime. How likely is it that a genetic deformation and stuff could create an apple that made its compounds into gold? That is the
There,
question that I'm thinking of.
there's no chance. There's no chance. A
No,
tree.
there is. Dude, everything revolves around probability and genetic deformations and other things like that can exist. And there is probabilities in this world that can be calculated. So I'm wondering, I'm not saying that it will exist ever, but I'm saying how likely is it? How many years would it take for a possibility like that to exist from a tree?
The hold on. Let me explain this. Let me explain this. There is no way. There's no way. A tree does not contain the correct. A tree does not contain the correct things to make gold. A tree cannot make gold. It's not. It's not.
I'm not talking about just a tree that will one day just sprout out and then create golden apples. I'm talking about a genetic deformation from a very unlikely, but still, could it happen that if I was given the right amount of time and the tree had the right de, genetic deformations that in with enough probability of luck I could create an apple that was birthed made of gold.
No. A gold requires a very specific thing to make. A very specific thing that trees. There is no chance in hell that a tree will be able to make anything that is. The tree will have a genetic deformity that enables it to create gold apples. There's no chance.
What if the material that it borrows its energy from it contains things can be used for gold?
That's what I'm saying. It's not possible. That gold is made with a very specific way. I forgot, but gold cannot be made. Gold is not made. Gold cannot be made naturally.
I want to make a golden apple and you can't stop me, all right?
Science can stop you.
Science will not stop me from making a gold apple.
You know, freaking a
Wait, wait,
pound of
wait.
gold is $35,000. You know, your wallet's gonna stop you definitely.
Fine, fine. You know what? How likely is it would it to be grow a diamond apple? Because diamond can be made.
In very small quantities, maybe. I also forgot exactly how diamonds were made, but maybe in very
Volcanic ashes. Volcanic ashes.
no, no,
It used volcanic stuff from coal.
no, 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 no.
Coal and volcanic
That's a myth.
mining.
That's a myth.
It's not a myth.
I don't. I think that's a myth. I no. Diamonds are a type of gemstone, or a type of gem.
They're literally
Gems.
coal. They're literally coal. It's literally just pressurized coal. Yeah, carbon. It's carbon. Heavy carbon gas resulting in synthetic elliptical diamond. Well, exactly the exact same chemical compound it's kind of created from the ground. Yep,
Diamonds are not
turned
made of
coal
coal.
into diamonds. Huh?
Hold on. Well, if diamonds were to be made of coal, there obviously would be need a lot of heat. That shouldn't even need. I shouldn't even need to look that up. It needs a lot of heat, and I don't think. I don't think. I don't think a tree is able to make. Ha, yeah, I asked you this. How would a tree make coal?
How would a tree make coal?
Carbon something?
Compounds. Compounds.
I mean,
Carbon. Yeah, carbon.
some that
And most plants are made of carbon, so we already got the first thing right there.
Yeah, it
Pressurizing an
wouldn't be able
apple
to
to make
grow
it
though.
into
It wouldn't
diamond.
be able to grow it though.
No, dude, think about this. Since we carbon dioxide, it produces carbon dioxide. The tree does at least. So
Hold
that
on.
means
Trying to find this person's
that
sources.
if the tree could pressurize carbon dioxide, but only the carbon part, you could make a diamond apple right then and there.
Sources. There are no sources. There are absolutely no sources in this, so I can't.
Look it up. Look it
I
up.
know. No, 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 no. I'm
Look
looking
up
it up,
Wikipedia.
but all my things don't tell me where they got this information from.
You don't need information. Okay.
I'm not trusting this little journalist thing.
You don't trust journalists? Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Diamonds are a dime a dozen. Diamonds
Well,
are
yes,
so
yes,
easy
yes.
to make.
I know that diamonds are easy to make, but I don't think diamonds can be made from a tree, grown from a tree. Coal, I know that coal cannot be grown from a tree.
No, 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 no. I'm talking about carbon. Carbon is coal, kind of that stuff.
No, carbon
So
is a
I'm thinking.
specific. Coal is
So
specific
if you
carbon
can
stuff.
create, let me tell you something. If you can create carbon dioxide from a tree, then you can take out the dioxide. You can grab the carbon. You can pressurize the carbon as the tree. You can have a tree carbon maker, and then you can make a diamond apple. That's all I have to say.
Coal is formed when dead plant matter submerged in swamp environments is subjected to the geological forces of heat and pressure over hundreds of millions of years. Over time, the plant matter transforms from moist, low-carbon peat to coal. You see this?
Oh, you know what that means? That means that technically the tree
No,
could
no, no,
produce.
no, 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 no.
Yeah,
No, a
yeah.
tree cannot grow. A tree cannot grow coal.
A tree can grow coal and it can grow
Millions
diamonds.
of years. This tree would need to live millions of years. It would need to have
I
extreme
don't care
pressure and
what it.
heat.
Listen to me. I don't care what it takes.
The tree needs to care what it takes, otherwise the tree can't make
I
the gold.
I want my diamond apple and I'm gonna get my diamond apple.
This is an adventure time. You can't.
I'm gonna get my diamond apple whether it wants it or not.
It's not possible.
As a scientist, I'm going to make a diamond apple.
Well, you can't make. You can make a diamond apple, yes, but you can't make a natural diamond apple. You can't
I'm
make a
going to make a
tree.
natural diamond apple. I'm gonna make a tree that produces diamonds. Diamond apples. And you can't stop me.
You can't.
Even, dude, all I'm asking is how probable was a golden apple, and now you're telling me that I need to produce a diamond apple
You told me.
multiple times. I want to produce. I'm saying how likely is it for for a tree, even if it's technically impossible, how likely is it? Even in like the 1,000.0000
It is
is it
not
for to
likely at
produce
all.
a
It is.
natural?
It is impossible. Not.
Everything has a likability. So I'm
It does
asking
not
how
have.
likely.
No,
How
no, no.
likely is it, even if it's very low?
No, it's
Not
not just
zero.
very low. It is zero. It is zero. There is no.
There is no
There.
such
That
thing as
is
zero. Zero is wrong.
zero. A percentage of zero. This is. You've been listening to. You've been thinking of Schrodinger's cat too much. Listen, listen. Zero. That. It can be proven that it is not possible. It is proven. Things that are proven to not be possible have a zero percentage. Schrodinger's cat has a 50-50% chance because there is no way to tell if the cat is alive or dead. There is absolutely no way. There
Let
is
me
a
tell
way.
you something. Let me tell you something. Fuck you, and I'm gonna get a golden apple with Schrodinger's cat. I'm gonna make that shit out of a fucking gold apple. Alright.
No, this is not possible. It's not possible.
I'm gonna make yeah. That's my new question. How likely is it for a cat to shit out a gold apple?
There's no chance. There's no chance.
No,
Nothing.
how likely is it for Schrodinger's cat to
I'm
shit out
about
a
to
gold
lose it. I Just because, it is. Well, if you feed if you freaking feed the entire cat a golden apple, then yes.
No, it has to birth it. It has to birth the golden apple.
Listen, just because you thought of it doesn't mean it's possible. The
It is
limits are
possible.
not your imagination. The limits are scientific probability. The limits of your imagination greatly exceed the limits of reality.
You can't tell me what to do. I'm making Schrodinger's cat shit out a gold apple.
Impossible. It is not. The I'm. It's not possible. That is. There's no way a tree
That
can
cat
form a
has.
golden apple. There's no way for a tree to form a coal apple or a
Okay,
diamond
let me
apple.
tell you something. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. If you don't wanna make it scientifically possible
How do you
for
make
a
it
cat,
scientifically possible?
if you don't want to do what I tell you, which is making it scientifically possible for a tree to become to produce a gold apple, then
Breaking news. Breaking news. Scientific discoveries formed in the past. Uh, making it scientific discoveries that have
then I'm gonna make the cat. Then the cat has to go. If the tree won't make my gold apple, then the cat will. All right.
breaking news. New scientific discovery ruins all logic in the universe. The universe is now made up of silicon.
Let me tell you
Now,
something. Let me tell you something. Let me
because
tell you something. The world shall bend to my will.
yeah, they're like there's a chance that the world can bend to your will. By that logic, that means that there is a very low chance that you can literally use the force, which is not possible. It's
There
not.
is everything is possible, but nothing can be possible at a certain likelihood.
It,
That is my philosophical view.
your philosophical view is that everything is possible. It's optimistic, yes, but it's not possible. It's not scientifically accurate if things are scientifically proven to be so. If things are scientifically proven to be so, there's no way to disprove this. There's no way to disprove science. Science
Science is usually wrong. I'm gonna say that right now. Scientology, that's wrong. And so
Scientology isn't science. Scientology is a religion.
Scientology is the belief that science can tell us everything about the world. So yeah, it is science.
Well, science can tell us everything about the world. That's what
Yeah,
science is.
but they essentially believe that a giant comet destroyed the dinosaurs.
Well,
You're
we're not
saying
talking
that
about
that's
religion. We're talking about
no.
science.
Science has a religion. That is what I'm saying. The science
That doesn't mean that
and that
science
one
is a
religion.
religion.
Okay, okay. Scientology is science,
Stay
but
away from
science is not
Scientology.
Scientology.
Scientology is not the topic. The topic is whether you can disprove science if there is a chance, if there is even a slight chance that it can happen, which there is not. Th- there's a trillion zeros. No, no, no. There's not a trillion zeros. It is not physically possible. It is not
There
possible
is
for.
$1 trillion. There would be a trillion zeros, but I
Yeah,
don't
but there
care
wouldn't be a
because
1
I'm
at the
asking
end.
how likely is it.
There would not be an integer at the end of that. There would just
There
be
would
more
be.
zeros.
There would no. There would be an integer at the end of that line of zeros. There would be an integer, and that integer would be 2.
No. It would all be zeros because it is not scientifically possible
It
for.
is scientifically possible. Everything has probability, and you know what? Fuck God.
According to your logic, it there's a chance that if I touch anything, it disappears. Somehow,
Yes.
somewhere, even if it is wrong, even if it is impossible according to proven science, it is still possible?
Yes. If all the things are aligned. If all probabilities are aligned, then it could happen. with reason and with accuracy.
Explain to me why. Explain to me how that is possible.
If the stars aligned and your probability was on your side, then even that trillion zeros would make sense.
If the stars align and the if the stars align on a full moon on a Saturday night, then there's a 50-50 chance that or there's a 1 out of 100 chance that this tree will grow a golden apple. No, this is not. That is
Yes,
magic. That's
yes,
magic. Magic is not science. Magic is nonsense. Magic is superstitious
no,
idiocy.
no. Probability. It's probability. Probability is magic.
There is no probability over this. It is impossible. Impossibility is not
A
probability.
golden apple can be shot out of a cat, and I can prove it.
You can prove it, then prove it. Otherwise, it's pseudoscience. You are creating pseudoscience.
I don't give a shit.
This is nonsense.
You know what? You know what? I don't think I care very much. You want to know why I don't care?
Why?
Because a cat can shit out a golden apple.
Were you born yesterday?
No,
This is
I was actually born like, I don't know, 14 years ago.
this is idiocy. This is the stupidest thing I've heard out of your mouth ever. If it your logic is if it can happen, it will happen, but it will not happen. It cannot happen.
If it can happen, it can happen.
No,
That's
your
all
logic
that
is
is.
it can happen. There is no in between. There is no it cannot happen. It can happen. Everything can happen according to you. No.
Yes, everything can happen. Everything can happen at the right if it's right.
What do you mean if it's right?
Okay, let's say that you say that unicorns it can't exist, right?
Well, technically fantasy unicorns cannot exist.
Yeah. Fantasy unicorns. Okay, but what if it just so happens that all the components were in the right place to create such a genetic deformity of mankind?
But there
Then
is no
technically it would
component.
exist. No components like genetic mutations and shit getting mixed up, and then technically there could be something similar looking to it.
Well, a horse with a horn,
But
yes.
the
A horse with a
probability, the
horse
probability.
a horse with a horn, yes, but it can't fly. You can't just have a random somehow flying
No.
freaking Pegasus.
I wouldn't say it would fly. I would say it would just have two wings that would be absolutely horrific to look at.
That's that can be possible. It is it may or
Then
it may be
then
possible, but
technically
it's not.
then it would be possible. Then technically what I'm saying is that anything can happen if things are in the right place and probability is on your side. It's unlikely, of course.
Well, that is
There's no
scientifically possible. A horse with wings may be scientifically possible.
But I'm saying
Maybe.
that you can push the limits of reality to as far as you want, as long as you're talking about probability or just some scenario where something absolutely horrific happens.
Years of evolution. No, no, no. Decades, centuries of evolution. Not even centuries, millions of years of evolution. Maybe a horse could have
Then
wings.
yeah, then that's why I'm talking about probability and having the correct amount of time.
That
It
type of thing
wouldn't
is
happen.
scientifically possible, yes, but
So
they're
I'm saying, what is the probability after millions of years for a tree to create a goddamn golden apple? Can't you tell me how much time it would take or the amount of zeros behind that number? You goddamn bitch.
I don't know. There's no genetic upside to forming golden apples, is there? You would need to make a full golden apple. You would need to prove that this golden apple is successful to the genetics. It is successful at reproducing.
I guess I'll just become a genetic material and then tell the rest of the genetics to make golden apples.
Then you would have to. Then it would. Yeah, is your logic
And
is your logic that is your logic that this normal
dude,
tree.
let me tell you something. The probability of humans becoming sentient is just as likely as the probability of having creatures created by from a gas giant.
What? What? No.
Since you know how we are created from carbon, we are
Gas giants.
carbon-based life.
Gas giants are
Then that doesn't
inhospitable
mean
environments. Earth is
no, no,
Earth.
no, 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 no. If we can be created from carbon-based life, then that means other creatures can be created from different types of objects other than carbon, meaning that technically a gas giant could support life for certain creatures made of gas, meaning that there could be gas creatures.
That's not possible.
It is.
That could be possible. I mean, if you read Cosmos, then maybe you could see if you see a one part in Cosmos, you could see that there could maybe hypothetically be creatures on a gas giant and you could see how they look, but it's not theoretically possible. It's not theoretically
See,
possible.
all right. Theories are bullshit, and I can prove it.
Listen. Earth is an environment originally an environment that was capable of housing life. It had necessary components for an easily um
Okay,
for life. It had
you,
necessary components for life.
who says that those components are actually what are needed to create all life though?
The
Yeah, we can have
gravitational
water, but
field.
that
There's a
any
gravitational
cre-
field and
what
atmosphere.
I'm saying, any creature can live if they can live if they have if they can be created into under the only thing that makes a creature is a complex set of systems from organisms inside of us, meaning that technically organisms can be created from anything.
Life form. It doesn't need to be complex. It just needs to have a cell at least. If
Yeah,
single cell organisms can exist on Venus or something, wherever it was. I forgot what the gas giants were.
Jupiter,
If
Jupiter.
even a single gas giant can exist on, or like, if any creature, like even the size of a rat, if a creature the size of a rat can exist on Jupiter or something, then I'm going to eat an entire door because that is not possible. That is not. Yeah, it can be theoretically possible, yes, but it is not. It is not possible. It is not mathematically possible.
And you know what? I think I'm gonna make a rat-sized creature live on
It is
Jupiter.
within theoretical limits, yes, but it is not in. It is not within logic. It is not within any type of
Yes,
logic. It
I'm gonna
may or
do
may
it.
not be
I'm
within
gonna do it,
theoretical
and you're
limits.
gonna eat that door. You're gonna eat that fucking door, alright?
It may or may
You're
not
gonna
be within theoretical limits, but it is not. May
you're
it?
gonna eat You hear me?
I need to do more research on that to know if it is even possible for life to live on Jupiter,
No, no, you made the
Venus.
deal already. You made the deal already. You're eating a fucking door. Once I'm done
You're
with
just going to become a god, and somehow, with some nonsensical probability, you're going to make a rat-sized creature live on Venus.
you know what they say.
Because most likely no possibility that a
Dude,
rat-sized creature.
when you control the probability, you control the world, and that's exactly why I'm God. I am a deity.
How are you a
I
deity? You haven't proven yourself
I
that you are.
am a deity because of probability.
You could be
I
some kind of philosopher or something, but that's not. That's it's still
I
pseudoscience. Your logic is
I could
pseudoscience.
I could be a deity with probability.
No!
According to logic.
What? No! I'm
You
losing
know
it.
that you know that meme where the guy is crying? It's like, no, you can't just prove everything with probability. And then
Yes!
I'm like, probability go burr.
Mm, this is troll logic. This is troll logic more than anything. Ooh, you see this magnet repel magnet. Magnet repel magnet. You put magnet, make magnet repel magnet on car. Car infinite energy. Car move Car move faster than speed of light. Car move. That is, it's proven to be wrong. That is,
Technically, it could happen.
it cannot technically happen. It is not possible.
Yes, it
Technically, it
could.
can't happen. Technically, it can't happen because that's not how physics works.
But technically, it could.
You think the troll face you think you think the where's my
No,
mouse?
no.
Where's my mouse?
All I'm saying,
You think that this
all I'm saying is probability can make anything happen.
no.
Yes.
You think that this by probability by probability
Dude, I bet your mouse could fly if probability let it happen.
You see this? You see this? This is not possible. There is no probability that it can happen. None. None. There is no probability.
There is probability.
What do you mean there is probability? Tell me how, if there's a probability that it can happen, tell me how it can happen. Tell me how it will happen. Tell me.
Okay. How it will happen is that the troll face guy somehow used a different type of magnet. And it also could be that the world that the troll face lives in has different laws of
No,
physics.
no, no, no. It's normal laws of physics, normal magnets. How, by your logic, how would this work? Normal
Probability.
magnets, normal everything. No, probably you can't be vague. That's
No,
too
no,
vague. You
no. If something like that could happen, it could happen. Even if it's unlikely, it could possibly happen.
it can't.
Even if it's dude, there's a time where things impossible happen that science can't explain. All right, and sometimes things just happen,
Like
even though
what?
it
Like
doesn't
what?
make sense to science. All right, so
Like what?
why don't you
Like
go
what? No,
eat
no, no, no. Explain. You first of all tell me what this is. First of all, tell me what this is. What this unexplainable science thing is. It was probably a hoax. If science can't explain it, because science is the basis at which everything operates.
science mysteries they can't we still can't explain. Oh yeah, mass hysteria. Why can't we explain mass hysteria?
Mass hysteria probably never happened.
No, mass hysteria happens all the time.
Well, there's probably that is scientific. That is within theoretical limits. Mass hysteria. Yes, we are a social being. We are social
You know
beings.
what that means? You know what that
And
means? That things can happen sometimes, and sometimes it doesn't make sense.
there's a spectrum of sense. Sense is a spectrum. It is not white and black. It does not make sense and it is not just things make sense and things don't make sense. Things make a certain amount of sense
You know
to
what?
the
And with enough probability, something can make sense. You know what? Fuck that. You know what? I don't care because I'm still gonna create. I'm gonna still
You
gonna
don't
make
care.
a
You're just
cat
gonna start
that's
growing
fucking
wings and
ugly.
flying to outer space and visit the to visit the Martians that live on Mars. You're gonna grow wings and fly into outer space, and that's theoretically possible. Are you telling me that that's theoretically possible?
Yes.
No, that is not theoretically possible. There is no way. There is no way that's possible. Not within theoretical limits. Things can be within theoretical limits. That is not within theoretical limits. That is
You know what? You
nonsense.
just haven't expanded your mind yet.
I'm not welcoming Jesus into my mind. That is your miracle. You are not a miracle worker. You are an idiot. Gee.
Let me just tell you something. That's a bit mean. I'm gonna say.
You are not a miracle worker. You are uneducated. Your brain size is tiny. That
No,
is
my brain size is
foolish.
just way bigger. You know what they say. Probability.
Ugh. I have nothing to say to you. I have nothing to say to you.
Really, nothing at all.
No, I did. Your brain is too small. It's just too small. I have nothing to say to you. That was stupid.